sharply reduce the number of young people involved in the juvenile justice system through closure, and to reinvest the cost savings from facility closures into evidence-based, rehabilitative, community-oriented alternatives to incarceration. So again, we're trying to close 2 youth prisons, one Jamesburg, which is the largest youth prison here, and the second one is a female facility in Hayes, which is in Worthington. And we recognize, let me just say this real clear, we recognize that all young people will not, there are going to be some young people who will need to be placed in a secure facility, and we recognize that, okay? So we're not talking about opening up the doors to everyone. So for those who have to be maintained in a secure facility, we are calling for smaller facilities that are closer to home, that also provide wraparound comprehensive services. All right. Before I move on, are there any questions about that? All right. And so there are 3 objectives that we are really looking at. And actually, let me say 4, all right? And I will add that. So we believe that this is a moral issue. This is a heart issue. Because what we want to advocate for is that all of our children are important. That there are no throwaway children. That all children should be looked upon equally and should receive the kinds of services that they need in order for them to grow and be productive citizens in our state, okay? And so for us, this is a moral issue, this is an emotional issue, this is a heart issue, because we believe that all of our children should be cared for in a proper way. All right? Now, there are extreme racial disparities in the system, and we outline what those are here, okay? Black children in New Jersey are 24.3 times more likely to be committed to a secure facility than their white counterparts. New Jersey has the 3rd highest black-white commitment disparity rate in the nation. And of the 222 young people incarcerated in New Jersey youth prisons as of January 1st, 2017, 2/3, that's 148, are black. And incredibly, only about 13 white children are in prisons in the state of New Jersey. So that's pretty stark, it's pretty obvious that there's a racial issue that we need to deal with within New Jersey. Also, we have high recidivism rates. In New Jersey, of the approximately 500 juveniles released from juvenile correction centers in 2012, 80 had a new court filing or arrest. 68% had a new conviction, and 32.8% were recommitted within 3 years of release. So if you're looking at a safety issue, you're looking at young people going in and coming out and being rehabilitated, we're not impacting the safety issue because they're going in and coming back out. And so it's obvious that we need to be looking at a different system in the way we rehabilitate young people.
So I'm here with Brian Haygood, leader of New Jersey Institute for Social Justice, and they're ramping up in a couple of weeks to be in front of Jamesburg, a facility that they want closed. So how's the campaign going since we did the kickoff in Hayes?
Yeah, it's been, Mayor, it's been great to see the interest and the energy around this issue that we've generated. We met here in Newark tonight, but we've got partners throughout the state, from North Jersey down through South Jersey and Central Jersey. So we're getting partners, civic organizations, faith-based institutions to provide transportation to bring folks to the rally. The rally is an important moment to bring people together publicly, but what we're really building is a campaign that will live beyond the initial launch, which is on June 28th. And as you know, that date is significant because June 28th is the 150th anniversary year of the opening of Jamesburg Youth Prison. On that day, we're saying 150 years of this failed experiment with youth incarceration this way in New Jersey is enough.
We spend about $200,000 per child.
Yeah, the number is astronomical. We spend better than $200,000 per kid per year for incarceration. There was an article that came out talking about how in New York City, the cost of housing folks in jail is better than $75,000, which is what it costs to send kids to Harvard each year. Well, here, at better than $200,000 per year, we can send several kids to Harvard. Part of what this campaign is really about is reimagining how we build a community-based system of care by starting with closing these youth prisons and reinvesting those dollars in a system that really thinks about kids on the front end, that preempts them even going into the system, and once in the system, what's the best model for providing smaller facilities for those kids who, for public safety reasons, need to be incarcerated, that doesn't look like prisons, that provides wraparound services close to the home, familial support, and intensive therapeutic services.
Come home and rehabilitate and hopefully to a productive life.
And what we learned about the way that we do youth incarceration now is that within a year's time of leaving these facilities, 80% of the kids are rearrested. So in a couple of years, either return to these facilities or worse, graduate to the adult facilities. And we want to stop. We want to interrupt that system altogether by building a brand new system in which we really think about how to holistically meet the needs of kids. You know, there's a staggering statistic of the several hundred kids who are incarcerated in New Jersey. Mayor Smith, 13 of them are white. 13. Even though we know that kids of all races commit offenses at the same rate. So what that means is there's a different response when black and brown kids commit crime than for white kids who commit crime. We're not suggesting that more white kids should be incarcerated, but we are suggesting that the system has to be fair. It has to ensure greater fairness.
Justice taking folks onto their path should be applied across the board. Not just in certain areas. So it's interesting. So in light of the gubernatorial election, this campaign is central to the campaign.
Absolutely.
Major parties have selected their candidates. I'm sure there are a couple of independents running too.
Yep.
But we want to all of them to embrace this the entire state legislature.
Absolutely, which is why, to that point, which I think is a really important point, our communities have to really build this work from the ground up in a way that makes our elected officials take notice and holds them accountable. The state legislature is important, the governor's house is important, and all this work starts with meetings like tonight. We're having this conversation about what do we from our communities want to build from the ground up, and then how do we ensure that our elected officials are accountable to our agenda.
It looks like this is going to be a budget cut. That's good.
There's lots of things we can do with the money that we spend on youth incarceration. And part of what this campaign is about is investing that money in our kids, not in a system that for at least 150 years has not served our kids.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate you.
I'm delighted to be here with a longtime friend and activist, Jahjah Shakur. And I want you to tell me a little bit about, you have a major workshop for young people in particular who are interested in hip-hop business.
Yes, sir.
Tell us a little bit what that's all about.
Well, my name is Dr. Jahjah Shakur, and I'm a professor at Essex County College, and I also design the Business of Hip Hop Entrepreneurship Program at Essex County College, where youth and students and adults can study about the business side of hip hop, which is a $1.5 trillion national and international economy. The issue that's going on in the hip hop world for me is that hip hop is this multi-trillion-dollar economy, but urban youth and those who have created this economy does not benefit from it for the most part. So I will be teaching this workshop on how to benefit from the hip hop economy with your art, how to monetize your art, how to create art that's gonna build wealth for you and your family. How do you deal with economic development and wealth creation from a hip hop perspective? We are the biggest creators of art, but we are not the biggest creators of the wealth that comes from the art.
For old heads, and you can educate us as we try to get our young people engaged. And
yes, sir.
We can hopefully help in some coaching mode. Right. So when I think of hip hop, most people think of just music, but it's also a cultural phenomenon.
Yes, sir.
With clothes and fashion and everything. So there's a whole issue of branding. So we're showing all of that
Yes.
in your seminar. Wonderful, wonderful.
Yes.
So we look forward. We may come actually cover some of them.
Please, please
So
come.
we would love to get the word out. We've got
Right.
to get our folks on the ground. For our IYO TV listeners,
Right.
Greg Williamson, who runs our media department, actually had some hip hop on. So we got some phone calls from older folks who are, you know, IYO has this reputation of reforming and transforming young people. Say, so what y'all doing with that hip hop on there? I said, well, that's still the culture.
Right.
So when they say, oh, wait, at least there was no profanity.
Right.
There was no overt sexuality.
Yes, sir.
So we appreciate that once we had that conversation. So hip hop is inclusive of what most people think of, older folks think of hip hop as a negative phenomenon. It's also a very constructive, positive phenomenon.
So we are talking about young, marginalized youth of color who cannot get a traditional job because they may only have a GED, they don't have a college education, has transformed American culture. Now hip hop is pop culture and has created this trillion-dollar industry that's inside of America and throughout the world.
Let's get our share.
Yes, let's do it. Let's get our share.